Welcome back to the Snapple IndyCar series. Today we're here at the famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where 15 drivers will take on the road course. Coming out of turn 10 late in qualifying, Scott Dixon came up the racetrack and hit the wall, so his number 9 car will start from the back. It'll be interesting to watch him climb through the field today. Now we'll take a look at your starting lineup. On the pole is Ryan Hunter-Reay. Starting alongside him is Tony Kanaan. In row 2 is Will Power and Helio Castroneves. Row 3 is Graham Rahal and James Hinchcliffe. Row 4 is Josef Newgarden and Connor Daly. Row 5 is Alexander Rossi and Marco Andretti. Row 6 is Carlos Munoz, last week's winner, and Michaela Lotion. Row 7 is Takuma Sato and Charlie Kimball. And rounding out the field in row 8 is Scott Dixon. Coming into this week, Ryan Hunter-Reay is the points leader, and Helio Castroneves sits close behind him. As we take a look at the race facts, it's going to be 15 laps, and there are 15 entries. The fuel window is about 10 laps, so we'll see what these guys do today. Green flag is out here at Indy. Oh, and there's already a caution. Trouble for Graham Rahal and Josef Newgarden at the very start. They didn't even make it to turn 1. 2 cars already in the inside wall. Trouble on the restarts here at Indy is always quite common, as Graham Rahal and Josef Newgarden proved that. Let's take a look and see what happened. It looks like at the start you see Will Power duck out, and Graham Rahal does the same thing, but he doesn't see Josef Newgarden there. So it looks like he cut over and put both of them into the wall. We'll take a look at it one more time in real time. Yeah, I just think Newgarden was in that blind spot where you can't really see, and Rahal turned. So it looks like Rahal's day is going to be done early, and Josef Newgarden's going to be on the pit lane to see what he can salvage out of today. Unfortunately, he'll have to go to the back. He might be even going a couple laps down. Will Power took second on the start as we go back green here at Indy. Power's already on the push to pass. He goes to the inside and then outside of Ryan Hunter-Reay. Field flying through turn 1 now. Down that long back straightaway, there's a lot of side-by-side racing as James Hinchcliffe's trying to overtake Tony Kanaan for 4th place. Ryan Hunter-Reay leads that lap. Here comes Tony Kanaan underneath James Hinchcliffe now, heading into turn 1. Kanaan takes that position. Looks like Carlos Munoz is going to follow suit. They're side-by-side now, heading through the S's. Hunter-Reay continues to lead. Will Power closing in on him a bit. As they head down the front stretch, Power's going to try another push to pass. He's going to go to the outside. He's still not going to be able to get around Ryan Hunter-Reay. Helio Castroneves sits in 3rd place. They head through the S's once again. Here comes Josef Newgarden off of pit road. He's going to be 3 laps down. Will Power's going around the outside. He uses another push to pass. He's burning through those quickly as Alexander Rossi appears to be having a problem. Looks like his engine has gone out. Tough break for Alexander Rossi. Thankfully, he was able to get into that runoff space. So, no caution as of right now. We stay green. Will Power leaves his first lap of the day as, now there's a caution for Carlos Munoz. He's in the tire barrier in turn 11. Caution is out for the 2nd time today. Tough break for last week's winner. Looks like the safety crew is fixing up that tire barrier that Munoz wrecked into. As they do that, we'll take a look at what happened. It looks like Munoz, heading into turn 11, locks up the brakes, and he just gets into that barrier. So that will destroy the front end of his car. He'll be done for the day. And now we have pit stops. Will Power leads the field to pit road. Looks like Hunter-Reay's in as well. Most everybody will be taking pit stops here. Tony Kanaan is going to take away some front wing. He does not like how his car's been handling, although he has been climbing through the field. Will Power is making no adjustments. He's just taking full fuel. Looks like Tony Kanaan's going to barely edge out Hunter-Reay. And Scott Dixon didn't pit, so he will be in the race lead. This will be interesting to see if he can pull off some alternate fuel strategy. And now we go back green here at Indy. Heading off into 1, Will Power goes for the lead on the outside as his teammate Castroneves goes around off the bumper of James Hinchcliffe. Trouble for 2nd place in points, Helio Castroneves. That was a very hectic restart. A lot went on there. We stay green. And no, never mind, we don't stay green. Connor Daly and James Hinchcliffe go for a spin in the S's. Caution is out for the third time today. Trouble for, let's see, James Hinchcliffe. Looks like he might have had some damage from that contact with Castroneves. His day's going to be done, as it looks like he went off the bumper of Charlie Kimball, and then Daly, who checked up to avoid that incident, got spun out by Takuma Sato. Looks like Connor Daly's going to be able to continue. He's on the pit lane getting new tires. But James Hinchcliffe, with that impact to the front of his car, his day's going to be done. Tough break for the number 5 team. Let's take a look at what happened with Hinch and Castroneves. Heading into turn 1, Hinch went up to avoid Andretti, and it looks like he just got into Castroneves, who was right alongside him. And that sent Castroneves into the wall. So I'm surprised Castroneves doesn't have more damage. Looks like that could have done something to his suspension, but he's going to try and get it back out there. Looks like the leader, Scott Dixon, is going to have to come pit as well. So his fuel strategy does not work. He's going to shuffle back to probably 8th or 9th in the running order. As Will Power leads us back to the green here at Indy, Tony Kanaan is in 2nd place. He's fought his way back up through the field. Here comes Charlie Kimball for 5th place as there's trouble in the back for Mikhail Aloshin, and Elio Castroneves yet again gets involved in an incident. No caution. Aloshin's going to get it refired. That was a bit dangerous on Rage Control's part. I'm surprised there was no caution. So we head into lap 13 now. Here comes Charlie Kimball for 3rd place. Mikhail Aloshin's going to be on the pit lane getting new tires. A lot of cars having trouble today. Here comes Kimball trying to fight for the 3rd spot of the podium. Heading down the front straightaway. Here comes Marco Andretti to the outside of Kimball. Heading down the back straightaway. Charlie Kimball going for 3rd, and he's going to spin out Ryan Hunter-Reay. Trouble for the points leader. With just 1 lap to go, Will Power takes the white flag. He's got a huge lead over Tony Kanaan, and he's running away with it. Tony Kanaan is going to do all he can to catch him, but it's not going to be enough. Will Power takes a commanding win here at Indianapolis. Congrats to Will Power. He definitely earned that win. He led the most laps today, and he was clearly the dominant race car. Let's take a look at what happened between Kimball and Ryan Hunter-Reay. It looks like going into turn 6, he just came down and, well, I guess came to the inside and spun him out. Here's the incident with Aloshin and Castroneves. Aloshin bounced off the tire barrier coming out of turn 3, and Castroneves got involved in another incident. As you can see, he finished, and there he is congratulating his teammate as Will Power celebrates here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And here's a look at the Indy Grand Prix results. Will Power took the win. Tony Kanaan fights his way back up to 2nd after starting 2nd, and Charlie Kimball rounds out the podium. Good job by that Ganassi team. And Scott Dixon, after starting last and leading some, he fights his way back up to 5th after failed fuel strategy. Here are the rest of the finishers. The bottom 4 did not finish the race. James Hinchcliffe, Carlos Munoz, Alexander Rossi, and Graham Rahal, they all DNF today. And here are the series points. Ryan Hunter-Reay continues with the points lead, so that incident did not knock him down any because Castroneves had some issues as well. This does, however, bunch up the top 4. Kanaan and Dixon now are just a few points out. Munoz, after that crash today, falls back to 5th in points. And Rossi's going to lose a spot to Aloshin there. Rahal still last in points after that wreck today. He's going to have to try and recover in the coming weeks. Thank you all for watching the Indy Grand Prix. Very exciting. We'll see you next time for the most anticipated race of the season, the Indy 500.